Lego fans. Back for the weekly build, this time from the Star Wars line, we've got the cute little droid, D.O. This is kit number 75278, has 519 pieces, and this should be a pretty straightforward little display piece when done. A little droid, not too many extra features, that should look nice on the shelf next to my Porg and BB-8. But before we can evaluate any of that, of course, as always, let's open this box, see what we have inside, and get this build underway. So here we have D.O., a little droid from Star Wars Episode 9, the final chapter in the Skywalker saga, who was very well designed by Disney to tug on your heartstrings, because he's small, he's cute, he's been lost and forgotten, pretty much abandoned for a long time, and he's a little skittish, giving me the impression that he's been abused in the past, unfortunately. Put that all together, and you've got a cute little character who's designed to gather your sympathies, and has all the qualities Disney needs to market desirable little products, like this cute little kit. At about 11 inches or 28 centimeters tall, and resting on this little mound of earth, D.O. looks great standing tall on his one big wheel. With the outer circumference of his wheel being covered in uniform slope pieces, the tread of this tire looks pretty great. But I must warn you, it definitely is an exercise in patience to get them evenly distributed around the entire circumference. Definitely a good job for someone who's a little OCD. The right side of the wheel has a few details on it, adding a little bit of texture and looking pretty good, but there's not too much going on here. Whereas, over on the left side, in addition to these details, we also have the support arm, which holds the little mount that the head is resting on, has all those little tubes for all the wires that connect it all up, and, of course, sitting on top of all of that, we have D.O.'s cone-shaped head with his 3 antennas coming out the back. The cone has a green tip with a little grill in the front for a mouth, and these 3 lines over on the top of the white section for his eyes. Coming back down to the support arm, we've got 2 little controls which are well camouflaged into the design. First you have this little knob just below the center of the wheel, which you can rock back and forth to tip his head up and down, and a little bit higher up, a little smaller knob, which you can rotate as you wish to make him look left, right, or spin his head to see if robots ever get dizzy. Next up, we have a classic little Star Wars plaque with an image of D.O. and a bunch of his little stats. Also, providing a little resting place for this tiny little D.O. minifigure. There isn't too much to say about this little guy. He's shorter than 2 bricks, is one solid piece, so no assembly required, and he's got a pretty nice level of detail. If you've been collecting the Star Wars minifigures, especially the droids, this one's pretty much a must-have for your collection. I think it's pretty safe to say that this kit was not designed with play in mind. It does have a few little play features, those 2 little knobs that you can turn inside, but that's obviously pretty limiting, not a whole lot of fun to be had here. But this, I don't think, was what it was intended for. Something to sit on a shelf and be displayed along with the other Star Wars kits. Clearly, being as small as he is, he's not going to be one of your central pieces, but that doesn't mean he doesn't hold his own and as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, he does look pretty great, along with my BB-8 and my Porg. As to the parts that come with the kit, there's not too much here that really stands out for me. Sure, there's over 500 pieces, and there's a lot to be reused here, which is great, but there's nothing here that really stands out, nothing noteworthy, nothing that I'm like, I really want to reuse that. So, in my opinion, this kit is really well suited for someone who's looking for an inexpensive set that really does display very well, or already has a lot of Star Wars on display and simply wants to add to the collection.